And so I said, "Oh, is Mr. Arthur Lyle Jr. there?" And he said, "Yes, speaking." And I said, "Is this Arthur Lyle Jr.?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Well, this is Elwood P. Suggins, and I live out on the Lakewood Beach area. And my brother passed away here Sunday week, and I was wondering if you could do a job on it." And there was a long pause. Then what did I have happen? I had a thing happen. I was painting the other night, and some glue spilt on the floor, and I forgot momentarily. I phase out, you know.
Just a little.
Constantly, you know, just phase out. And here was glue just all over, and my cat came down, and I noticed Kitty was quite still.
Late-night television never witnessed a mind as unpredictable, chaotic, and brilliant as this comedy icon world.
He said, "You've been drinking." And I said, "You know, officer, I have." I said, "I'm so glad you stopped me." I said, I just experienced an earthquake about 20 miles back, and the bridge collapsed. I had to drive around. I gave him a story. I told him an earthquake, an electrical storm.
An equally spectacular solo career awaited him away from the late-night spotlight, proving his independent genius.
Mrs. Sockstedter's a woman. She was bit by a dog. A dog bit her in the face. Hello, Mrs. Sockstetter. Hey, I told you Mr. Martin is here now, and he wants to talk to you. Ask her about the dog biting her in the face. Ask her about that.
Mrs. Sockstetter, how's your bite? Oh, well, that's fine. I can't tell him that. No, we're on the air, lady. Well,
what is she telling you?
She's swearing.
Boy, she is. I'm sorry we called you. I hope that dog bites you in the face again.
Iconic variety programs soon fell victim to his bizarre, unforgettable characters and effortless scene stealing.
It was all farmers working wheat fields, see? And my brother here, Lamar Jean, he got on the John Deere here Sunday a week, and he was throwed off of it. He was throwed off. Yeah, he was Lamar Jean. He was throwed off a tractor off a John Deere into an open wheat field, and a groundhog come over and give him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. My brother's got bad breath, but he's alive.
His untamed imagination left even the most seasoned variety show hosts completely helpless on camera.
They can get.
Is it true that you once flew over the Bermuda Triangle?
Yes, and I had a hell of a time getting out of that. We went this way, that way, well, the triangle, you know.
Yeah.
And I was on the radio constantly saying, I don't know if we'll ever make it out of here. And the dummy from Florida, I guess it was Miami, said, nobody else has ever made it out. That's not funny to me. And at that time, the pilot is doing this, and he's Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
Because supposedly in the Bermuda Triangle, you're sucked in,
yeah,
and you're taken away forever. How did you manage to get out?
Oh, I jumped out.
Oh.
I always wear a parachute, and I jumped out.
A raw, final retrospective reveals how his comedic spark remained absolutely undiminished by time.
And she said, "You know, your stuff stinks," which is a rather strong statement.
Yes, even from my wife.
Yeah, it's not just a little, you're just missing, or it's not bad. It stinks. And I began to look at it, and I said, "You know, sweetheart, you're right." She said, "You're not ready to become an artist, and I'm not ready to starve." So, thank God for her and many little things that happened, but she was right. I wasn't ready. It was bad. But I didn't have a wristwatch at the time, and she saw an ad in the paper about an amateur show at the Colonial Theater in Dayton, Ohio, which is gone now. And she said, "Look, you're always clowning around here in school and at home."
Behold, the full, legendary journey of Jonathan Winters is about to unfold. 1. The Buick prank that almost killed Johnny Carson.
Hello, John.
Oh, gosh.
Pretty thrilling, huh?
Well, it is. I wore my new sweater. New for me. It was in a fire sale, and I grabbed it up. I'm not proud. A lot of my things are used. The shoes I bought those in the same sale. Not ashamed of that.
No.
It was a fire sale, and that's about all there is to that.
I gotta tell you.
On March 8, 1973, Jonathan Winters joined Johnny Carson to unleash his legendary chaotic comedy.
Right?
And I got this call one day, and it was from you, although I didn't know it at the time. And I was just finishing up the show. I said, Johnny Carson? I said, yes. He says, Mr. Weldon? I'm with J. Walter Thompson advertising agency in here in New York. My ears, just the whole scalp went up. And he says, we are doing some commercials for the Buick company. I remember it so well. And he says, we'd like you to be our spokesman. And, of course, there's $2,000 in it and a new Buick. And
A legendary show business friendship often begins with some highly elaborate and expensive phone pranks.
right then, $1 would have been, didn't have any money. And I knew that you knew that I had to go back to California. I had to come back and do a show I was doing, and I wouldn't be there. So I started to do, little disclaimers like, I'd love to do it, Mr. Weldon, and then you started getting nasty. Just a little bit. Well, what do you mean you can't do it? That's the trouble with you California guys. You come into town, give you a job, you don't want to stay. And then you got really angry. And I'm practically dying. And I could have killed you at that time. But then he says, that's Johnny Winters. And I could see the Buick just...
Desperate financial dreams can suddenly turn into a highly stressful test of professional patience.
Little cutie things, didn't
Well,
you?
I still call guys up, and I still answer the phone as different people. I love to do that. One of my favorite stories, I love to, maybe, be an old person, and someone will say, hello, is Jonathan Winters there? And I'll say, no, the boy's in the basement. He's combing the kitty. Say, well, who's this? Well, just an old man who wanders around his house. And a lot of times you get odd reactions.
This habit of deceptive phone personas extends to his daily life with highly bizarre characters.
And so I said, hello, is Mr. Arthur Lyle Jr. there? And he said, yes, speaking. And I said, is this Arthur Lyle Jr.? He said, yes. I said, well, this is Elwood P. Suggins, and I live out on the Lakewood Beach area. And my brother passed away here Sunday week, and I was wondering if you could do a job on it. And there was a long pause. And he said, how long did you say he'd been dead?
A nostalgic trip home quickly triggers his most famous, dark-humored phone trick on a childhood friend.
Well, he passed away here Sunday week. And he said, good Lord, man, where have you got him? And I said, well, most of our people are from Boise, and I didn't want them to have him come that far just to look at grass, So what we did, we put him out there on the porch and set him up against the lattice. And cold spell set in, just kept him harder than a cart. However, the other day, sun come out, and he commenced to get fleshy. And his face dropped a little bit.
This morbid description of a frozen relative soon reaches a highly scandalous and ridiculous climax.
I was sitting, this was back east. I was back in New York. You were talking about an advertising agency. Made me think about this. And telephone rang, and I went to the telephone, and I decided I would become a character, as I just mentioned. And a man said, hello, is Jonathan Winters there? And I said, that little funky man's on a little tractor, and he's out in the backyard cutting some grass. And so he said, who's this? And I said, this is Sam. Who are you?
Another legendary advertising call showcases his incredible speed at playing multiple distinct voices simultaneously.
I I was frightened a great deal of the time. I was frightened of the guys. I didn't understand a lot of them. They didn't understand me. I was kidding all the time, you know. I'd be in grandma 1 minute. And, hi, honey, you know.
That would,
a lot of guys didn't understand.
That would shake up a barracks late
and
at night.
I turned,
yes.
I'll never forget, to a full bird colonel, and did a voice on him, which I'll never forget. And I said, "Oh, sir, what is your name?"
Little sense of humor.
Don't do that in the Marines.
Surviving military life demanded a highly unique, unscripted sense of humor.
When the teacher would say, I remember we had Miss Metzger, who was a very unusual woman. I don't want to go into a long story there, but she was tough and could have made a sergeant easily. And I was frightened of her, and she knew that, and she took advantage of that, I felt. And she would say, "John Winters, talk like a man," to me a lot. That's unfair, but she sounded sometimes like very, very strong. And she said, "Go to the board." And I said, "Yes, Miss Metzger, I'll go to the board." And I was always turning to a student.
Hilarious childhood memories reveal a deep-seated fear of academic blackboards and highly aggressive teachers.
One thing I always remember, I worked for the Coca-Cola bottling company. I was an inspector. And looking for dead mice and marbles. I sat on a little stool, you know, with a neon light, and did this, and just watched bottles all day long. And then I picked apricots and picked potatoes, shucked corn. You probably did that in Nebraska.
Sure.
And I worked. I was a fry cook in the Yellowstone.
Yellowstone Park?
Oh yeah, in the Yellowstone National Park, and worked 9 o'clock at night till 5 in the morning, cooking steaks and hamburgers and just little short orders.
His incomparable genius and chaotic charm perfectly cement his status as a timeless, late-night comedy legend. 2. The Final Glide Path. Why Johnny Carson's favorite guest refused to grow up. Only Jonathan Winters could invent such a hilarious, wild story about a cat. Let's see how he did it.
And so I can check on that. Then what did I have happen? I had a thing happen. I was painting the other night, and some glue spilt on the floor, and I forgot momentarily. I phase out, you know.
Just a little.
Constantly, you know, just phase out. And here was glue just all over, and my cat came down, and I noticed Kitty was quite still.
Leaving a beloved family pet completely stuck on the floor demands an equally bizarre, heroic rescue effort.
But I had to give him some help.
Yeah, that's too bad.
So left his paws, but no, I'm kidding.
Kind of a memento in the basement there,
There
certainly.
are a lot of people there from the ASPCA saying, "Oh, that's terrible." No, I got the kitty out fine.
This legendary pet collection soon expands with an incredibly cheap canine, acquired in a highly suspicious way.
We have a cat and a dog now. We lost a couple of pets, but our dog, yes, we have a small dog who's just a cur, about a 25, 35-cent dog. Very, very pleasant. It has about a 35-cent bark, you know.
Did you pick him up at the pound, or just
No, we didn't pick him up at the pound. We found him on a porch. And just like this, you know.
Raising children under his chaotic roof eventually turns domestic parenting into a highly relatable economic battle.
Just kids are doing fine. Yeah, my boy's looking for work. And I don't know what he's going to do.
Has he decided yet?
No, he's going to be 25 in February, and he goes from one unusual job to another. But he's a good boy, and I told him, I said, you know, hang in there, and I'm not going to give you any allowance or anything like that, just to sit around, you know, and smoke.
Severe national inflation forces this wealthy show business star to embrace a highly nostalgic and worn-out wardrobe.
I've been watching prices soar. And I'm now going back into my old wardrobe. wearing things with the little funny narrow lapels, cutting back,
Yeah.
and wearing shoes that are worn. These rascals are shot, but
Refusing to turn up the house heating soon subjects a visiting friend to some highly extreme hospitality.
my gosh, it's cold in this house. It's just, can't you turn the heat up a little? No, there's no chance. My wife and I are quite comfortable, Dory. And she said, Lord, I'm freezing. I said, well, put on all your clothes, put on more dresses.
Little Mackinac or something.
Sure, because I said, we're not turning it up. And she looked at us. It was that funny look to say.
Entering late middle age triggers a highly philosophical and dark reflection on life's inevitable final glide path.
But I really, at our age, you're 49 now, aren't you?
Yes, that's true. Mm-hmm.
So am I. At our
As you
age,
said once on the show before, we're in that
final glide path. Yes. Think of that lady who was out here 105.
That'll
be interesting to see you doing the show at that age, Johnny. You and I, huh?
Sitting here.
You 105, me.
Are you still in the basement here?
A quick, spontaneous agreement behind the scenes prepares the audience for some legendary, completely unscripted character work.
Tell you what we do. When we come back, we talk briefly.
Back?
Yeah, we're coming back. We thought we would just, you do a lot of improvisations on your show, and you do great characters. As you've often said, you don't tell jokes as much as you do people and situations, and do a lot of improvisation. So briefly, we're sitting in makeup tonight and says, well, maybe we'll just try some interviews. So the kind of typical interviews, right. Okay. You know, we have so many different type of people on the show, you know, stars and directors and producers and so forth. Right. And we'll come back and we'll just formulate a thing, and you can play a couple of guests.
3. The Human-Headed Eagle, Jonathan Winter's most surreal late-night stories.
Yes, you've lost. Excuse me, John.
Yes.
I mean to turn my back on you.
Well, we've had a dialing problem.
Ed here, I saw just about a week ago in the doctor's office. And we were both, you were seeing one doctor and I was seeing another.
That's right, yes.
And I guess it was the weight thing, wasn't it?
That's it.
To get rid of the
overweight we don't need.
Yeah.
Late-night TV was never the same. Jonathan Winters always brought pure, unfiltered honesty to the stage.
No meat.
Drinking, you know, the toughest thing to do is 8 glasses of water a day.
Mm. Oh, you're not doing that, are you?
Tough.
Really keeps you on the go. You're moving all the time. You don't have too much time for any conversation. And people are a little amazed just to start out saying, discussing something and say, hey, see you in a minute.
Great comedy comes with a price. Sometimes it demands real physical effort from the performer.
Of course, you've been off the sauce for
a
number of years.
15 years. Yeah, I put that on the shelf. I went at it pretty good.
Well, we
a couple of big jugs a day. Yes. And was completely out of focus. Yeah. You drink 2 of those funny jars, and
I remember.
Well, when you're doing, 75, 80 miles an hour, going down the wrong freeway, the traffic.
Personal struggles are hard to share, but they show the thin line of genius.
Who was it? I think it was a mutual friend of ours, and I won't mention the name, that had that problem once and decided on the way home that being a good citizen, saying, look, I'm not in a mood and I'm a little whacked, and he's going to pull over to the right-hand lane. I think you know the person, and park. And the next thing he remembers is the officer, a big fellow with a helmet, tapping him. At the gold head, yes.
Gold head.
He had pulled over to the center lane, the marker, and parked the car and gone to sleep, thinking he was...
People can make very strange choices. Some decisions simply defy basic logic.
Yep, it's here somewhere. He said, you've been drinking. And I said, officer, I have. I said, I'm so glad you stopped me. I said, I just experienced an earthquake about 20 miles back, and the bridge collapsed. I had to drive around. I gave him a story. I told him an earthquake, an electrical storm, saw a plane land in a field, and all the time the guy's just doing this.
Talking to the law under pressure is tough. It takes quick thinking and creative storytelling.
I remember both of us sitting together one night some years ago in a place called the Garden of Allah.
Oh, yes,
Up
a
once.
great place.
Great
Oh.
place, and we went there once, and we were
A lot of unusual people came in.
very strange, mixed bag of people.
Ladies of the evening that came from strange places into that little funny place.
And we sat out there because we wanted to take one of the shrubs.
Legendary spots hold wild memories. They become the perfect backdrop for crazy stories.
No, I tell you very honestly, I would like a little wine at Thanksgiving. I always think that's nice. And a good, expensive cigar, sit there, and do that and sip on a little wine. But it's over.
No.
It's over because I know if I'm going to have a little wine, then I'll have a little vodka and a little scotch. And
All of a sudden it'll be Wednesday.
yeah, of course. Or it'll be the year 2000.
Avoiding temptation is tough. Sharp self-control is key during the holidays.
So at any rate, I did something which I thought was a little different. The Indian thought it was very different. I had a wooden arrow with a little rubber tip on it, and I went. And he just looked at me and said, "Boy, you white people are something else." But
Famous landmarks offer peaceful views, but sometimes culture clashes happen.
And so, at any rate, we went to this tattoo parlor. Tattoo people are strange, I mean, the guys that put the tattoos on her, they're covered with them, of course, walking advertisements. And a guy had an eagle. I remember he just had a pair of khaki pants on and some funny little sandals. This was the guy that had the needle was doing the tattooing. And a huge eagle, one of the biggest eagles I've ever seen in my life. And had the head of a human being. And
He had an amazing eye for detail. The most absurd traits never escaped him.
that's the title of that one is called Two Birds Watching Doris Day's Cat and Dog Drown. And you see the little kitty?
Yes,
Kitty?
a little kitty there.
The kitty's down below, and the doggy on top.
Fine art tells a story. His paintings show a very unique imagination.
This is called the Thoughts of a Hollywood Actor While Drowning in His Pool. And you can pick out little things. You can see him in his pool.
Right.
And there's a lot...
A lot of surrealism in your
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
but you don't...
Glamorous dreams are common, but the actual reality is often quite different.
I'll be happy.
You do all this at home? You have a studio?
Yes, I have a fantastic studio, Johnny, in the basement.
I thought you're supposed to have north light or something like that?
You're supposed to have
Yeah.
a lot of things. But I'm about 6 feet from the furnace. And I have two Mexican chair that I sit in. I have an easel, which I had to have that. I felt that it was either that or a beret. And so I chose the easel.
4. The Pirate, the Parrot, and the Clay Bunny. Jonathan Winters returned to Johnny Carson. On December 8, 1988, Jonathan Winters returned to show Johnny Carson some truly bizarre artistic struggles.
It's awful hard to get people to pose in the nude.
I was looking at this. You got some...
The elderly will never pose. You don't see an elderly woman, in one of those magazines.
I just got
It's interesting, a woman 75, shriveled, Nothing on me. I'm not against people. I'm getting shriveled myself, especially in the area.
I'm looking for one.
What are you looking for?
I'm just looking for one.
Commercial advertisements often promise easy success, but standard tests can sometimes reveal unexpected personal problems.
No.
You
didn't get into art by entering one of those little matchbook ads. They're still out, Could draw the pirate, or have you seen those? Famous art school, you can draw.
Yes, I have seen
And you draw
those.
the parrot or a little pirate, and you send it in.
I did a combination and was still turned down. I did.
You mean they turned somebody down?
Oh, sure. I did the parrot, apparently on the wrong shoulder of the pirate. And then I did the pirate eating the parrot. And the guy sent me a heavy-duty letter. He said, obviously...
Early childhood education can be highly stressful. Harsh teachers often demand perfect results from creative kids.
Kindergarten was a problem. Kindergarten was a problem for me. I remember trying to make a clay rabbit, and had all day. You know, usually you should be able to make one before lunch. And I just like this, and Mrs. McCauley came over. How are we doing? I always bugged me. And I was a little kid then. I had no brothers or sisters, and I didn't have, nearly as much weight.
Defying institutional expectations requires bold decisions. Sometimes, isolation becomes the ultimate sanctuary for young minds.
Giving you trouble already.
So Mrs. McCauley, she said, there's no reason for you to continue on in the first grade if you can't make a bunny.
Oh.
But I fooled her. I was kind of a papier-mâché intellectual. I went around her, skipped the first grade entirely, committed myself to the attic, and stayed there. Read a lot of magazines, and listened to the squirrels wandering around, and then came down in time for the second grade. And
high military ranks command great authority, but lower officers often hold a highly amusing sense of self-importance.
a boy, he said, what are you going to do, kid? You haven't done anything for the last 3 years with yourself. Of course, and I was a corporal. I mean, that was a big thing to me. You know, a corporal. I was told that if you made corporal, you were as good as a general.
Yeah.
I believed that. When the man came by in the Jeep on the, at the Navy Yard and I saluted him, that was my salute, you know? He was an Army general, had no business on a Navy base. I said, I'm better than you. I'm a corporal in the Marines, okay? Oh, hey, heavy.
Nostalgic family reunions are popular during the holidays. Yet some relatives make staying home feel much safer.
So I think that's my chief reason for not going. I got one cousin left, and he's a little tight with the turkey, and, you ask him for a little more, dark or white, and it's a lot of that. I'm tired of that gesture, by the way. Yeah. So I decided not to go back to Cincinnati, but...
What was it like when you were a kid?
Festive family traditions are usually peaceful. However, parental behavior can occasionally take a highly surreal turn.
I was trying to do the Nutcracker Suite and everything, and I'm looking at my dad, this is December 24th, Christmas Eve, we're going to set the train up, and he's in a seersucker suit and a swimming trunks, It was just the conversation. Kids never forget. I was an only child. You never forget anything. Two people really on you. My mother saying, get a bag. And I said, well, it's only 5 o'clock. Go anyway.
Bizarre holiday preparations demand great caution. Small mistakes with simple toys can lead to shocking consequences.
Here. So I get, full blast. And so it was at that time with wet shoes that I stepped on the track.
It sounds like a
lot of fun.
Sounds like
5. The Ballpoint Pen and Secretarial Band. Jonathan Winters' real creative struggle. The Tonight Show was always unpredictable. Jonathan Winters was about to show Johnny Carson a very different side of his life. Physical changes are part of aging, but he always found a way to make comfort sound hilarious.
And
a certain milestone in life is inevitable. He had a very unique perspective on his
being reported and things.
Hiring help can be tricky. Some decisions are made much faster with a little family. Personal writing often reveals a gentler side. He shared a very moving story with the audience. Connection goes beyond wealth. The final lines of his story left a lasting impression. Growing up doesn't mean letting go. He always kept his most cherished memories close by. Family conversations are hard to forget. The final outcome of this story surprised everyone.
Home early.
His rare blend of humor and honesty defined an entire era of late-night television. 6. Jonathan Winters stole the Dean Martin Show with this plain sketch. Outside of The Tonight Show, Jonathan Winters was a master comedian. Watch him trade laughs with the legendary Dean Martin.
Well, I've never been able to sit beside a movie store. This is the one time I didn't bring my Instamatic. Oh, shoot. Well, I'll sit down. I guess I'm supposed to anyway. Got no straps. Boy, one of them rinky-dink airlines.
A chance encounter with a massive celebrity quickly turns into a highly bizarre late-night conversation.
I suppose this don't mean nothing to you, but I just buried my brother.
What was buried your brother?
Yeah, I buried him.
What, was he dead?
Poor dandy was. Yeah, he was harder than a carp when we put him down. But you know, we didn't really put him down because he was always so jovial in life. We'd just put an old dirty raincoat on him and put him out front there.
Unbelievable family tragedies soon take a highly dramatic and unexpected turn on camera.
What did happen to your brother? How did he die?
Well, I'll tell you something. Now, a lot of people ain't gonna believe this, but I'm gonna tell you this. What he was doing. See, all my people are. What's the matter?
Well, you're getting a little close. You sure you ain't?
No, there's nothing the matter. There's nothing the matter with me, Mr. Martin. He's a guy in my outfit was, though. He threw a grenade like that.
Wild imagination can easily make even the most tragic accidents sound completely hilarious.
It was all farmers working wheat fields, see? And my brother here, Lamar Jean, he got on the John Deere here Sunday a week, and he was throwed off of it. He was throwed off. Yeah, Lamar Jean. He was throwed off the tractor off the John Deere into an open wheat field, and the groundhog come over and give him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. My brother's got bad breath, but he's alive.
Endless airline travel delays can easily test anyone's patience, but he finds a highly unique way to complain.
Awful good to be here with you. You know, the amazing thing is we've been 26 hours here just on the runway. I thought they was going to take off by now. You know, you talk about being stacked up. Woman back there, boy, she's something else.
7. The Merlyville, Ohio disaster, when Jonathan Winters hosted Dean Martin on local TV.
I was bit by an owl or something. At any rate, we've got Mr. Dean Martin is going to be on. Mr. Martin, are you out there anywhere?
Yes.
Oh. Listen, just take a seat right there.
Okay.
No, over here. Over here.
Oh, you said take it.
Well, oh, you're just like you are on TV. Yeah, you sit down there.
John Winters and Dean Martin are a legendary comedy duo. Their incredible chemistry is unmatched. See for yourself.
Now, incidentally, I wanted to give you some things here. It was my understanding. Here's a funny golf club. I know you play golf. I seen the barber shop the other day. I was reading the magazine there. It was all covered with hair, but I seen a picture of you playing golf out there with some of the stars, and we wanted to give you this. It don't really work, you know, but it'll be fun anyway. You'll get a chuckle out of it when you just take care.
Well, in the mornings, my clubs look like that to me.
Simple, everyday gifts quickly turn into an incredibly bizarre exchange of hilarious, unscripted jokes.
Here, try some of this. This is made by my cousin.
Yeah?
Drink, just wait a minute, shake it around a little bit. Hope there ain't no bugs in this one. Last year we found a wasp in there. Go ahead and drink. How's that taste? Did he cut it down good?
Homemade hospitality takes a highly suspicious turn, testing the bravery of his famous Hollywood guest.
If you have it's a headrest for your bearcat, or that's put out by the Hartleson straw people. They put that out. It's usually a baby goat. They'll let a baby goat sleep on that, or you can put a duck on it, or a cow, or anything you want to. I want to give you some of these things now. Do you hunt at all?
Bizarre farming accessories soon become the perfect setting for their effortless, sharp banter.
Well, Bertha, it's me again. Mr. Martin's here with me. Listen, put that call through to Mrs. Wayne Sockstetter, will you? Mrs. Sockstetter's a woman. She was bit by a dog. A dog bit her in the face. Hello, Mrs. Sockstetter. Hey, I told you Mr. Martin is here now, and he wants to talk to you. Ask her about the dog biting her in the face. Ask her about that.
Mrs. Sockstetter, how's your bite?
Oh, well, that's fine. I can't tell him that. No, we're on the air, lady.
Well,
What is she telling you?
She's swearing.
Boy, she is. I'm sorry we called you. I hope that dog bites you in the face again.
Their unique synergy and legendary comedic timing created some of television's most memorable, untouchable moments. 8. Jonathan Winters' real, behind-the-scenes bond with Johnny Carson. To make this journey even more exciting, let's hear Winters share his thoughts about Johnny Carson, the man who helped him keep late night alive for so many American families.
We talked about Steve Allen, we talked about Parr. Now talk about appearing on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson.
Well, I'd have to say that, and I think hopefully I'm not alone, whether I speak for fellow performers or the public, I think that Johnny brought an electricity to The Tonight Show that nobody else has. 30 years tells you something in itself.
Behind the scenes, their creative connection was completely different from any other talk show.
Or Letterman. Johnny would stick his face in the dressing room, my dressing room. John, what do you want to talk about tonight? And it was just this, my hand to God, not kidding you for a minute. Well, I talk about when I was born on a farm, first 7 years, and then moved from Dayton to Springfield, born on a farm outside of Dayton, between Dayton and Bellbrook, Ohio. Well, he was born in Norfolk, Nebraska, so he said, hey, save it. Save it. We'll talk about it on the air.
Tough childhood moments often shape a great artist. Even family tragedies can leave a lasting mark.
On the sauce or something and sold it? Yeah, I was about 7, 8. And I remember the day that Dad was selling the farm. My grandfather didn't want to show because he was really PO'd with my dad. And so at any rate, the guy sitting down was fairly well dressed, kind of a Robert Hall suit, and had some money on him. And my dad was always saying to me, regardless of what the subject was, go out and play outside. Go out and play outside. I want to finish with this gentleman and then come back inside. Okay?
A father's denial under pressure can quickly turn a disaster into a very funny story.
So I went outside, and I came back in about 20 minutes. I said, Dad, have you signed any papers? Well, what? So what? So what? There's about 250 acres. The cattle are dead. The cattle are dead? Mr. Bowen? Are the cattle dead? Tell me now. Tell me now. They're not dead. They're sleeping. What's the matter with you, son?
Even the most absurd farm realities easily became brilliant comedy material in his hands.
They're not sleeping, Dad. They're dead. Okay, so they're dead. You sure? Oh, kid, have you ever milked a dead cow? You know, you milk them like this. Yeah, they're always lying down. You don't milk them like this. Now, a bucket you put down here, milk them like this.
Their historic partnership remains a timeless testament to the true golden age of late-night television. 9. The Bermuda Triangle Escape, why Jonathan Winters laughed until his final days. Finally, let's look at one of Winters' last interviews before he passed away.
I'm here interviewing comedy legend Jonathan Winters. How would you introduce yourself?
Same way you did.
Really? Short and sweet.
A little more. Comedy legend. I think, of course, I've been called a genius. Before you say anything, my idea of a genius is a man who can do everything but find work.
Even in his final years, he maintained a highly sharp and cynical view of true genius.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? Back then, even. Already it was a lifetime of achievement.
Well,
what does it get to at this point now?
An Oscar.
Yeah? Would you like that?
I'd like one, yes, I would receive it. It'd be fun to walk up to Billy.
Accepting major lifetime honors always gave him the perfect excuse to deliver highly absurd speeches.
House, and hope that a woman close to your age comes in and says, let's have some fun. They're hard to find, those people. I've been told that some of the homes around here are very active. And I mean...
Active in what way?
Well, you shouldn't ask me that. In that way.
I see.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That way.
Age never slowed down his playful thoughts about romance and his highly active imagination.
I have a lady, my wife died 4 years ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Had 60 years. And I've told African American people, you don't have a monopoly on slavery. No, I had a great gal, great wife. I have met and been in correspondence with a lady.
Losing a life partner after 60 years of marriage opened a highly unexpected new chapter.
I had a bad fall, and I was hospitalized. Old people fall a lot. I drank a lot and never fell.
Huh.
If I fell toward the glass. But at any rate, I had a bad fall. I was in the hospital. My kids live down the road here. They're there, you know, for the will. Is he dead? Is he dead? Not yet, not yet.
Scary hospital visits quickly became incredible opportunities for highly dark and sarcastic family jokes.
My wife once said to me, especially after I stopped drinking, which was a major problem, 10 years of drinking, but I stopped. I never had a drink since. And it was not easy going to party after party and sitting there. And, the thing is, I stood up, you get a little bored. So I stood up and did a little stint, and my wife said, "Sit down, you're causing a scene." And I said, "Yes, and you're not in it."
Staying completely sober at lively Hollywood parties often forced him to create highly memorable scenes.
That's a hammer, so a little bit heavy there.
When we ran over the deer, we felt that its horns were important. This is what I would call a horny hammer. That gets a laugh when you're pulling nails out of a wall. This obviously is a hammer, but whose hammer? Right here. This hammer belonged to Magritte, wonderful artist, surrealist. Imagine, this was his hammer. I killed a deer with this hammer. Clever.
Simple, everyday tools instantly transformed into bizarre weapons in his legendary, unscripted world.
This is interesting enough, a Belgian cap. I don't know that I speak Belgian very well. I hope you know I live most of my life. It's not a cop-out.
Uh-huh.
I live most of my life in France, and I fly for Air France, you know?
Air France.
Air
You're
France.
a pilot.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, somewhat, you know.
Were you a good pilot?
A single foreign accessory easily launched his next classic, completely spontaneous character performance.
You can get.
Is it true that you once flew over the Bermuda Triangle?
Yes, and I had a hell of a time getting out of that. We went this way, that way, well, the triangle, you know?
Yeah.
And I was on the radio constantly saying, I don't know if we'll ever make it out of here. And the dummy from Florida, I guess it was Miami, said, nobody else has ever made it out. That's not funny to me. And at that time, the pilot is doing this, and he's Catholic. Mm-hmm. And so...
Because supposedly in the Bermuda Triangle, you're sucked in.
Surviving a major aviation mystery required a highly unique and completely selfish escape plan.
She said, "What is your sign?" I said, "Slippery when wet." No, What is your sign in the galaxy? About one. I'm a Scorpio. Oh, God, those people. Yeah. Yeah. Means your bra is going to fly off. I get mad. I get mad that I'm not in better shape. And somebody said, have you done, do you eat the right kind of food? Oh, I just finished a cut. You what? Yeah. Took a razor and got rid of his fur and ate him.
His literal search for a playground perfectly defined his lifelong journey in late-night comedy.
I can't tell whether you're kidding or not. It's dedicated to Congress.
Yes. You have another book that you're doing, by the way. It's called Playground.
Oh yes, in search of a playground.
In search of a playground. That kind of sums it up in life.
Well, I think that playgrounds are disappearing every hour. Real playgrounds.
I thought you were talking figuratively, looking for a place for fun and a place.
Well, yes, you're right. The merry-go-round, the swings, that kind of, they're gone for the most part.
Not long after this interview, on April 11, 2013, Winters passed away at age 87, reuniting with Carson in another land. Yet the rich legacy they left for American television will always endure. Jonathan Winters was a true force of nature in late-night television. His unmatched improvisational speed and chaotic characters redefined American comedy. What was your favorite Winters story? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more classic late-night comedy retrospectives.